Have you ever stopped and wonder how billions of people, frustrated, hungry, overworked, somehow end up obeying a handful of men in suits who barely know how to survive without bodyguards and air conditioning? Have you ever wondered that? Not just obeying, but defending, worshipping them, voting for them, dying for them. It is one of the most absurd yet most consistent reality of modern life. If you know the men, not with better ideas or better hearts, but with sharper tools, and most people don't even realize it's happening. Everywhere you look, from Nigeria to the US, from Cairo to Caracas, a small elite, usually less than 1% of the population, control everything that truly matters: the money, the law, the land, the guns, the schools, the hospitals, the headlines. But they don't just control these things, they control the very frame through which the rest of us sees the world. That's the trick. That's how power survives. It doesn't need to kick down your door, it just needs to program your mind, make you believe the system is natural, your poverty is personal, and resistance is either suicidal or foolish. And if done well enough, it doesn't even need to raise its voice. Because truly, dangerous system isn't the one you see, it is the one you have been taught not to question. Ask yourself, what stops 200 million Nigerians or 330 million Americans from storming a broken system and remaking it? What stops the unemployed graduates from seizing the office where policies have been rewritten to keep them unemployed? What stops the market woman, the teachers, the factory workers from raising up when the cost of living climbs but wages stays frozen in time? What stops them? The answer isn't just few, it is design. Power doesn't just sit at the top, it designs the ground the rest of us walk. And it starts with the myth we have all been fed, that number equals power. They don't. A million people marching without structure is just noise. But 10 people with strategy, coordination, and funding, that's a regime, that's a cartel, that's a ruling class. That's how they feel win. They organize, they plan, they control the pipeline of money, the organ of law, the organ of violence, and maybe most importantly, the architecture of narrative. You don't need brute force when you can fragment the masses so completely that they turn on each other instead of facing up. That's divide and rule. Not just by accidents, but by intention. Tribe versus tribe, religion versus religion,